What is going on today? We are going to open up a box of 1991 Leaf Studio. Basically, you know that means we are honestly going Bagwell hunting. We're after one card. Super hard to get it in that perfect 10 condition, but is this the box? Is this the box? Because if you know the way things normally work with me, this is probably going to be a dumpster fire, but let's see what we have. Everybody's favorite senior prom collection. Let's go ahead and open these up. We have, this is gonna be a long video, guys. We're talking about 48 packs of cards here. If I try to squeeze that in there, I'm gonna ruin the sides pretty bad. I've watched everybody have a terrible time trying to open these things, but we're gonna give them a shot. But thank you so much for watching Midlife Card Crisis as I open these up. All right, first off, just look at the creepiness of these cards. Tim Leary, Steve Avery, everybody's favorite sweetheart back in the day, Brian Barnes, Carlton Fisk, Bedrock, Steve Bendrosian, Leo Gomez, Cecil Fielder, Dave Henderson, and nothing to the side. Anybody else remember this set back in the day? If you're watching this, please give a thumbs up and let me know what your favorite pull was. I know I was always a big fan of the Frank Thomas card, the Big Hurt. Probably had a couple of Bagwells that I traded away after that. Didn't know that what he would ever become, but Lou Whitaker, Bob Welch. I love how they, have the pictures of them kind of throwing the balls around, using this as a setup. Joe Girardi, better manager than a player. Craig Jeffries, Willie, Pete, Phil Plantier. This was such a popular card back in the day, and now it is, it's nothing. Brian McRae, Tito Martinez, and a whole lot of nothing. So obviously we're looking for the Bagwell, looking for the Nolan Ryans of the world, the Hall of Famers. You want to try to get as much as you can in really good condition. But these borders, like if you look right now, you can see one of the hardest things to do is to find them with the perfect centering on these cards. And then the corners, I just pulled this one out of the pack. Look at this, just pulled it out of the pack. And if you can see it, I already have kind of a flaky corner on this one. So definitely hard to do. Glenn Davis, LA, Larry Anderson, where's my Phillies fans at? Ricky Jordan, Kelly Gruber, Leo Gomez, Candy Maldonado, Ellis Burks, Rick Aguilera, and Jim Doesn't Matter. Terrible. All right, keep going. Would love to get another Frank Thomas again. I know he ended up not being the big card out of this set, but I was just always a big fan. Love the Frank. All right, Mickey Telton, Eric Show. Look at that creepy mustache. Jesus. Scare people. I'm going to put that right to the side. Gary Scott, Kevin McReynolds, Matt Williams, Mike Scott, Andy Van Slyke, Ben McDonald, and Barry Larkin. Barry Larkin. That's a hell of a ball player right there. All right, continue on. These things are not super easy to get into, but actually that was a little bit better on the other end. I'm going to play with this puzzle later. I'm going to put it together and build a Rod Carew puzzle. LA again, Larry Anderson, Brett Butler, Mike Greenwell, Storm Davis, Tom Browning, Dutch, Darren Dalton. That's my guy. Rest in peace, Dutch. Roberto Alomar, Gary Carter, and Pedro Guerrero. Darren was always, he was the anchor of that 93 Phillies team. Just to show my complete age, I remember recording those games so I could watch it back later on the VHS. You guys are gonna have to YouTube that and look that up. All right, here we go. Looking for the bags. Darryl Boston, Dave Anderson. Hey, first off, Jeff Bagwell, right there. Love this. Corner's nice and crisp, but you can see it's a little off-centered, but that's a great pull. Let me pull that right there for a second. So I put that in a sleeve. Jack Clark, Bedrock, Jim Abbott, the one-handed wonder, Jesse Barfield, Alex Fernandez, Eddie Murray. Great card. All right, bags going into a sleeve. Nice, clean card. Super happy about that. All right, now, if I can get one more of them just as clean, but maybe a little bit more centered, I'd be a very happy person. Welcome to the wall, Jeff. All right. Man, we're like just getting started and already have a Bagwell on the wall. That's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Could not ask for more. Well, I guess I could ask for more, like maybe like 3 more. That'd be really nice. Tim Naring, Kirk Gibson, Mark Gubzika, Edgar Martinez. Wow. This guy was probably one of the best ball players ever. I mean, just a pure hitter. But look at that face, man. I mean, if he's not trying to sneak you in the back of a van, like that picture. Oof. Sammy Sosa before he became pale and bleachy. Shane Mack, Tony La Russa on the checklist, Mike Scioscia, Dave Winfield, and Robin Yount looking like everybody's favorite drunk uncle. Oh, absolutely. Hall of Famer. Look at this Sosa. Even the Sosa is really nice. I'm going to put that in a sleeve, but this is about as off-center as they come, too. Jeez, but just a great picture of him because it shows his energy and how much fun he was before, before he retired and went crazy. Sammy's on the wall. All right. So Dutch, Bags, Sosa on the wall. Would love to add a Frank Thomas or a Nolan Ryan. Ooh, that's, you guys can make fun of my opening skills after this. Greg Swindell, Scott Sanderson, Mo Vaughn, big cheeks, Mo. Look at that. Kurt Stillwell, David Vale, Billy Hatcher, Steve Lake with everybody's favorite pitcher. Look at the, rocking the parrot on the shoulder. John Olerud, Bob Ojeda, and Lee Smith. So is everybody opening anything up? What is your biggest hits been so far? I'm still looking for mine, I opened up an old box of 90 score hockey, looking for that Lindros. Got a couple of those. Got a couple of Yoggers. Happy there. David, Lance Dixon, Dwight Gooden before all the crack. Will Clark, Jim DeJesus, Bill Landrum, Glenn Davis, L.A. Larry Anderson for the 3rd time, and Eric Davis. This is actually a very short set. Like, you actually don't have a... there's not a whole lot of cards. In fact, not every player was included in this set. But that being said, so it's going to lead to some repeats, but you'll feel like, man, like there's really some cards that are missing. Steve Howe, Ron Gant, Ivan Calderon, Tony Fernandez, Chris Hammond, another Tom Lewis on the checklist, Brett Butler, Bernard Gilkey, Sean Bosky, and Vince Coleman. That dude was fast. All right, nothing in that pack. Let's go. I need to fill up this wall. I need to put some more stuff on the wall. And it is not going to start with Eric Anthony. Jay Bell, Sid Bream, Oil Can Boy. Look at that. With the rocking the chains. I love the way this set looked. I like the black and white. I love the overall candid photos. Wes Chamberlain. That was actually a hot rookie card at the time when it came out. And, I just showed you the back of one of these. Joe Carter. We can just rip that one up. Oh, man. Poor Mitchie Poo. But let's look at the back of the Carter, right? And we can actually see, instead of it having the stats like they would normally have on these things, that personally, where he was born, originally from, hobbies and interests, hunting and all outdoors activities like rhythm and blues, gospel music, watches A Different World, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Family Matters, collects CDs, followers of the Kansas City Chiefs and Oklahoma. His hero was Willie Mays. So, good for you, Joe. That all sounds like fun until you ruin the 93 Phillies hopes and dreams. One swing of the bat. I mean, it's only, 30 years later, I'm still bitter. Greg Jeffries, Willie McGee, Phil Plantier, who went flying? Pete Harnish, Brian McRae, Tino Martinez, Paul O'Neill, Terry Mulholland, Devon White, and Darryl Strawberry. All right, guys. Quarter of the way through the box. Already got a bags on the board. On the wall here. Let's add a Thomas. Let's add another Bagwell. Barry Larkin, Roger McDowell. This guy was always a nut. I used to watch him on the MTV Rock and Jock. You know, he used to come out with putting a screw, not a screw, like a wine opener into the baseball. It was awesome. Dave Stibe, Juan Samuel, Ozzie Smith covering up his face. It's all right. We didn't really care about his face. The best part about him was his glove anyway. Jeff Reardon, Brett Saban. Jesus, look at this. Holy. I mean, that forehead. That forehead is something. I'm glad they wear hats in baseball. Man, hold up. Harold Reynolds. Oh, and the big hurt Frank Thomas hide behind Saber Hagen's forehead. Look at that thing. There we go. A little ding down here in this corner. That's all right. I got a Frank Thomas up on the board, on the wall. There you go, Big Frank. In the top loader. Let's go. Got the big herd up there. I gotta pull this one out so I can show and scare my wife later. She's gonna love that thing. Looks like an extra from Mars Attacks. All right, next picture. All right, let's open this up. Come on, buddy. I'm gonna build this puzzle later. That'd be freaking awesome. Have a little Rod Carew puzzle. All right, Bob Ojeda, Lee Smith. I think I've said pulled a Lee Smith out every pack. Ryan Sandberg looking nice. There's a Nolan Ryan. Nolan put you right up on the wall next to Dutch over here. Nolan Ryan, Kurt Schilling, John Not So Smiley. That's about a serious look. Jeff Trowell, Tim Wallach, Ed Whitson, and Wally Joyner. Hold on, babe, check out this forehead. That's a 5 head. Jesus. All right. Sorry, this is going to be a long video, guys. There's a lot of packs to go through, but I appreciate you hanging in there. If you're still with us, if you're still with us, I want you to drop a comment right now that says, I like Chuck E. Cheese. I mean, nobody really does. So if you write that, I know you were still listening. Gary Scott, Kevin McReynolds. Like that pizza, honestly, it's like, it's like rubber with cheese on it, but yet it's like $20 a pie. Matt Williams, Mike Scott, Andy Van Slyke, Ben McDonald, and Barry Larkin. Crazy McDowell looking like he's straight out of a Richard Simmons video. Dave Stibe, and nothing. All right, let's go. All right, come on. I feel it. This pack's going to be something right here. If it'll let me in. All right. Right on top. Devin White, Darryl Strawberry, Todd Zeal. Oh, we lost a Tim Naring. Doesn't matter. Kirk Gibson, Randy Johnson. Got the big unit. Randy Johnson going up on the wall. Jose Leaned, Terry Pendleton, Marquise Grissom, and Bip Roberts. Putting the big unit on the wall. All right. Ooh, that one opened pretty easy. That means this must be where the hits are. Here we go. Oh, what is this? The studio set. Card number 1. Okay, this is probably the, yep. This is probably the cover card for the set. So, studio. Oop, sorry. Just knocked my little camera here. All right, Jose Offersman, Jose Quindo, Mark Grace, Hojo, Howard Johnson, Kevin Mitchell, that one-handed catch, always going to be infamous. Darryl Kyle, Don Slaught, Tim Naring, and Kurt Gibson. In other words, a nothing pack. All right. I thought that was going to be the one. That means this has to be the one. Because that one's man, it's so hard to get into these things. I have to fast forward to my opening. You guys can just make fun of all this. Joe McCrane, Wade Boggs, one of the best hitters in baseball right there. Mike Boddicker, Alvin Davis, Tommy Lasorda, another checklist card. Nick Exey, nails. Lenny Dykstra. Do not take your financial advice from him, but allow him to play your center field for you. Lenny Dykstra, Sean Bosky, Jay Bell, and Tom Browning with the curls. All right, I gotta put this little studio set to the side. All right, you go on the top here. All right, let's see what's in here. Oh look, a puzzle piece. Not like it hasn't been in every single one of these. Bill Landrum, Gary Gaetti, Tom Candonati. Oh, now we're upside down. Ken Griffey Sr. Looking for the junior, but I'll take the senior. Mariana Duncan, Charlie Hayes, Ken Daly, Eddie Murray, Joe McGrain, and Wade Boggs. All right. I wonder if Kruk was in this set. I mean, I got Dykstra, I got Dutch. Just need Krucker. Put me in John Kruk, I'll be really happy. I don't even know if he's in the set. Joe Carter. In fact, you know what? I'm going to piss everybody off. Fuck you, Joe. Goodbye. Milt Collier. Nothing personally against you. Just, you just ruined my childhood. That's all. Sean Hunt Dunson, Tom Hurst, Scott Garlitz, Alex Fernandez, Juan Gonzalez, Chris James, Tim Leary, and Steve Avery. My sister used to have such a crush on him back in the day. All right. If you notice, I've left that Brett Saberhagen forehead right there on the center so everybody can take a look at that thing. It's like one of the extras out of Mars Attacks or something. All right, the Hawk, Andre Dawson, Carlton Fisk, Jose Canseco, Mr. Steroids, Sandy Alomar, Tom Glavine, Delino DeShields, Tony Gwynn, another great hitter, Jimmy Reese, Tim McIntosh, and Kevin Belcher. Kevin looks like, I mean, honestly, this is in your site. Remember the high school photos where they were doing the most popular, like probably that's most likely to succeed right there. Kevin Belcher, most likely to succeed. Very studious. Maybe it's just the glasses thing. All right, let's get in here. Solid look, Kev. Appreciate it. Sparky Anderson, Ramon Martinez, Gary Gaetti, Ron Goose, Rich Gossage, Eric Anthony, Jay Bell, Sid Bream, Oil Can Boyd, and Andy Bennis. All right, looks like we're about halfway through the box here, guys. Halfway through. Only one Bagwell up on the board. Want to get at least one more of him. And I'm still missing the Ken Griffey Jr. as well. I need the Ken Griffey. Will Clark, Jim DeJesus, Bill Landrum, Glenn Davis, L.A., Larry Anderson for the fourth time, Eric Davis, Nails, Lenny Dykstra, got to put all the nails up there, Tom Candonati, the Bulldog, Earl Hershiser, and Rex Hudler. I think that's a lost art right now. Back in the day, like up on the wall right now, I got Nails, Lenny Dykstra, Dutch Dalton, the Big Hurt, Frank Thomas, the Bulldog, Earl Hershiser. Just nicknames are kind of a thing of the past. You don't see them very often now. I would love to find a good nickname for Shohei Ohtani. That guy's unbelievable. Except the next Babe Ruth, he needs it better than that. Mike Benjamin, Craig Biggio, probably the man with the best contract in baseball history, Bobby Bonilla, looking sharp in that picture too. Chris Hoyles, Travis Fryman, Ricky Henderson, great. Oh man, this guy has one of the best stories ever. He's just great player, but probably a greater personality. This dude, in all due respect, is just a whack job, and I love it. Ricky Jordan, Kelly Gruber, Sandy Alomar, and Jesse Barfield. Womp, womp, womp. Nothing. All right. Middle of the box. Is that where they're hiding the Bagwells? In the middle of the box? Let's see. Bobby Witt, Steve Finley, Mike, that guy, Kelly Mann, Andres Galarraga, Fred McGriff, Hal Morris, Mickey Morandini, already looking like he had 3, probably 4 before they took this picture. Turner Ward and Milt Thompson. Show up, I'm like, hey, you're going to go to the studio, get all your pictures taken for these baseball cards. Cool. Let me know when it's my turn. I'll be at the bar up the street. All right. The Rhino. Ryan Sandberg. Another Nolan Ryan. Nolan, you go to the wall here. Kurt Schilling. John Not Smiling. Jeff Treadway. Tim Wallach. Ed Whitson. Wally Joyner. Gary Sheffield. And Mr. Bubbles. Jeff Kunkel. That's awesome. Look at that one. Just blowing bubbles on the card. There's a personality shot right there. Love that. All right. So we got the parrot. We got the bubbles. Oh, we got Oil Can Boyd in his chains. Juan Gonzalez, Chris James, Tim Leary, Steve Avery, Brian Barnes, Carlton Fisk, Bedrock, Steve Bendrosian, Leo Gomez, Cecil Fielder, and Dave Henderson. Funny note, I just found this out recently. I learned career home runs. Cecil Fielder and Prince Fielder both retired with the same number of career homers. I thought that was always a funny stat. All right, Todd Zeal, Tim Naring, Kurt Gibson, Big Unit, Randy Johnson on the wall. Jose Leaned, Terry Pendleton, Marquise Grissom, Bit Roberts, Larry Parrish, and Greg Vaughn. All right, guys, we're really getting down to crunch time here. I need at least 1 or 2 more big hits. But so far, I'm not super disappointed with this box. I mean, let's be honest, these things are not expensive right now. It's just basically ripping a piece of my childhood, and I'm so happy to do that. But I just love watching these, ripping these. Mark Langston, Frank Stubbs, Rafael Palmeiro, Mark Lewis, Henza Mullins, John Schmaltz, look at the Rosenbag, Bill Sapien, Benito Santiago, Chris Sabo without his normal goggles, and the studio card. See, little full funny story of these. When these first came out, you know, these were not the cheap packs. You couldn't, you know, basically you had your top and your Donruss and everything right next to these things on the shelf, and these were a little bit more expensive. So, you know, I can get 1 pack of these or 3 packs of the other, and I would never get these. So this is always kind of a treat for me to open because I'm really always liked these cards, but they were just a little pricey for me back in the day. Gary Sheffield, Jeff, you know, Mr. Bubbles. That's you don't want. He doesn't even have a name of this. At this point, that's just Mr. Bubbles. Eric King, Don Mattingly, looking sad. I mean, come on, that's a great hitter right there. He looks sad as can be. Dave Maggan, Dave Rigetti, Bobby Thigpen, Jack Morris, and Lou Whitaker. Bobby Thigpen. Everybody, at one point, the all-time saves leader for saves in a season. All right, Mike Boddicker, Alvin Davis, Barry Bonds. I think that's the first Barry I pulled. Nick Moises Alou, Paul Farias, Chuck Finley, Willie Randolph, Juan Gonzalez, and Chris James. Yeah, that's, I think, the first Barry. That was actually, there's a couple names in that pack I hadn't seen yet, so I think we're finally on a different part of the print run. I'm definitely building this puzzle later. I'm going to have a Rod Carew puzzle. Kirby Puckett, there's a great player. Milt Thompson, Dave Smith, Frank Viola, Black and Decker, Bud Black, Steve Decker. This card was nice. Jack McDowell, Brian Harper, Randy Milligan, Frank Tenna, and Smoke Dave Stewart. All right, I'm going to try to rush through these last couple here because I really kind of want to get this in and out, about a half-hour video here. But here we go. Brian Barnes, Carlton Fisk, Bedrock, Leo Gomez, Cecil Fielder, Dave Henderson, Lance Dixon, Dwight Gooden, Will the Thrill, and Jim DeJesus. All right. I'm happy I got the Frankie on the wall. Happy I got the Bagwell on the wall. Now let's get them some twins, huh? Lance Parrish, Greg Vaughn, Ruben Sierra, Mark Whitten, Steve Sachs, Dave Justice, Halle Berry's ex, Mike Fitzgerald, Tim Rock Reigns. I think this is one of the first cards where he actually had his nickname on it. Kent Herbeck and Greg Olson. Tim Rock Reigns. I don't know if it's because he was a rock out there in the outfield or if that was a kind of a after work activity. Oh, there's another big unit. Randy Johnson, Dale Murphy, Hall of Fame snub. Mookie Wilson, Doug Jones, Kevin Moss, important for all about 6 months. Tony Pena, Mark Gubicza, Edgar Martinez, another very candid Sammy Sosa, and Shane Mack. Man, if you guys have not seen what Sammy Sosa looks like right now, I need you to go and Google an image of Sammy Sosa. You will not be disappointed. It's pretty bad. The Rocket, Roger Clemens, Willie Randolph, Juan Gonzalez, Chris James, Tim Leary, Steve Avery, Brian Barnes, Carlton Fisk, Bedrock, and Leo Gomez. I see like I've been saying some of the same names over and over and over again. It's bad. Okay, let's go. Here we go. We got something good here. Rob Dibble, Wes Chamberlain, Joe Carter, Sean Dunston, Tommy Herr, Scott Garlitz, Alex Fernandez, Rick Aguilera, and Dwight Evans. Nope, that was trash. All right, come on. There we go. Getting down to the end here. Let's get another Bagwell. Chasing that Bagwell rookie, looking for that perfect 10. Warren Cromartie, Eric Hansen, Charlie Huff, Dan Gladden, Milt Kyer, Jose Canseco, one-arm Jim Abbott, Jose Candelato, this Scott guy, and Glendon Hill, doesn't matter. All right. It's funny. If you were important enough back in the day, I learned how to pronounce your name. But Hill never made it that far. All right. John Farrell. Oop. Steve Farr. Another Barry Bonds. Put him up on the wall. People liked him. Eric Davis. Bernard Gilkey. Eric Anthony. Sam Horn. Bill Gullickson. Rick Honeycutt. And George Bell. A couple new names in that pack. That's nice. Hopefully at the end of this, because it's a very short print, I'll have enough to get the set out of here. All right, let's see. Dave Smith, Frank Viola. That's a weird looking picture, Frank. Another Black & Decker, Jack Black McDowell, Brian Harper, Randy Milligan, Frank Tennis, Smoke Dave Henderson, Kirk, and BJ Surhoff. It's always nice to open up a pack of cards and get a BJ. Let's see what we got here. All right, guys. Looks like we're down to about the last 6. Oh, my God. Go ahead. F's in the chat. F's in the chat for my pack opening skills. Jesus. All right. Kirk McCaskill, BJ Surhoff, back-to-back BJs. Greg Swindell, Scott Sanderson, Mo Vaughn, Kurt, Dave Valley, Billy Hatcher, Steve Lakeman the Parrot, and John Olerud. Oh, that's another guy, Olerud. He was a heck of a hitter for a time period, but he just struck me as a goofy guy. Eric King, Don Mattingly. Love him. I just hate how disappointed he looks in that picture. Dave Madkin, Dave Rigetti, Bobby Thigpen, Jack Morris, Lou Whitaker, Bob Welch, and Joe Girardi. All right. Almost done here. 5 packs left, including this one. Kind of hoping for the end of the box. A little bit of magic here. Bob Welch, Joe Girardi, Greg Jeffries, Willie McGee, Pete Harnish, Phil Plantier, Brian McRae, Tino Martinez, Paul O'Neill, and Terry Mulholland. All right. All right, Bagwell, you in here? I'd like to try to get another shot at you. Lance Dixon, Dwight Gooden, Will Clark, Will the Thrill, Bill Langer, Glenn Davis, L.A., Larry Anderson, Eric Davis, Nails, Lenny Dykstra. All the Phillies go on the wall there. All right. 3 more. Looking for a big hit. I need something to end this box out with a bang. Ellis Burks, George Brett. Oh, I've been waiting for him. Ken Griffey Jr. You're going to go up on the wall. Get you pinned up in a second. Scott Fletcher, Scott Erickson, Sparky, Ramon, Gary Gaida, Ron Robinson. That's another great forehead. And Goose Gossage. All right, 2 packs left. Let's go. Let's go. See, I told her, half hour. Just about the right time. She's right on top of it. Come on, Lucy. I'm over here. I'm looking for the Bagwell. I can't find one. David Justice, Mike Fitzgerald, Rock Reigns, Herbeck, Olson, Tettleton, Erickson. I need a Jeff Bagwell in this pack. Do you think he's in here?
Yeah.
You think so?
Hopefully.
Say Jeff Bagwell.
Jeff Bagwell.
All right, let's go. Let's see if this is the last pack magic. My daughter came down to do her piano lessons, and let's hope she brought the luck with her. Todd Van Poppel. That was a hot prospect that turned out to be hot garbage. Dale Murphy, Mookie Wilson, Doug Jones, Kevin Moss, Tony Pena, Joe Girardi, Greg Jeffries, Willie McGee, Pete Harnish, and no Jeff Bagwell. That's all right. I was able to get one of them out of there. Where'd he go? Did I bury him? How did I bury the... Oh, I put the Griffey on top of him. There you go. There's my Jeff Bagwell rookie. So happy for that. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Give me an A+ for the effort. Thumbs up, subscribe, all that beautiful stuff that helps the YouTubes. And you can cuss me out in the comments below. All right, talk to you soon.